So some of the starting quick, effective gardens. Because it's really based on probably at least 10 years of my work with observing nature and how it works. So one of the first observations is when you see all these glorious huge trees, they are not supported by NPK or any kind of NPK that our society understands. And so the question is, what are they supported by? And according to me, that answer is microbes. So there's microbes working that soil and producing everything those trees need to grow 100, 200, 300 feet tall. Now that's a brilliant idea. The chair.
Oh.
So that's what I feel like we can all do, and it's a combination of observation and checking in with yourself, your being, about when you see something working in nature, how is it working? How can I apply that in my garden? So I want to do, and you all know about things like fukuoka, I want to do minimum till because those microbes get destroyed by heavy equipment and walking on it and turning the soil. So, yeah.
Can you explain what minimum till is? Exactly, specifically.
Yeah, no-till.
So is that means like a shovel?
No shovel.
No, not even a shovel.
Yeah.
You don't disturb the soil.
We go in when we start the garden, and we do scalp the area of grass. And actually, I was going to say to Lance, there was one grassy garden that I guess you did a couple of weeks ago. And what I did on the one on the one grassy garden that was really, really hard to do, I stopped the whole thing, went and got cardboard, and got leaves and put it on top. So if the scalping, and of course, by putting water on it, it becomes fairly easy to do. But if it isn't easy to do, then I, go get a truckload of leaves and then put the compost on top of the leaves, and that plants it perfectly. But in the initial scalping, we scalp it and then we dig 4 to 6 inch places where we walk. And we put that earth on top of those beds. And that makes, and then we treat the whole thing with microbes. And what happens is, pretty much you can't dig down right then. But within a month, you'll find black, friable topsoil. So you can easily weed, and it works.
Yeah. I did it in my garden in Alton Baker, and it's just great. I mean, the soil there, I think, had been neglected for a while and not had much leaf mold or anything added to it, after being gardened for a while. After using the microbes and putting some leaf mold on there, just after the soil was had been getting kind of like a little clayey and depleted, and after using the microbes and adding just a little leaf mold, and after a couple of months of applying that stuff weekly, it's just really black and rich. And, yeah.
I have a question, Charlotte. What do you do with the grass, the turf that you strip off?
We usually make a berm with it and plant squash on top of it. Or we try to make some rounded, pretty berm shape. Some people put it in their, the thing that they send to Lane Forest Products, and they stack it up to put in there later. In other words, because we usually do more than one trash can. But anyway, so what's that called? Yard recycling bin. So, the other thing that I observed with nature is that, and stop me if I'm going too fast or moving here and there, nature plants things very close. You do not see open soil, usually. And my being at this point really feels badly when I see open soil. So we plant very closely. We'll plant the plants that are planted further apart, like kale and Swiss chard and collards. And then in between them, we'll plant lettuce and rutabagas and turnips and chives. So that there really is, very little distance. And that distance is covered usually within a week. And the other thing that I see about that, you read in any books, and these plants need a lot of space in between them. But again, watching nature, you don't see a lot of space in between plants. But what I'm feeling is you can plant like things that grow at different levels, like peas. I plant peas with almost everything, peas or beans, depending on the season. And now that you two have arrived, peas or beans, and then the other level is root crops, and then the other level is greens. And tomatoes, all those summer plants are kind of a whole other plant division. So I plant beans and peas with almost everything, but I don't plant root crops with the tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, with the summer crops. So now that this group is here, maybe we'll go around and say what we want from this workshop. Say our names and whatever. What's what? Huh? NatureWay, yeah.
It's no extra cost. It's included in the fees.
So I think you all know who I am. I'm Charlotte Anthony. I started the Victory Gardens, and I'm now bragging about successfully turning it over to a group of people. Two of whom are right here. And of course my interest is the first most important thing to me about starting the Victory Gardens was to have people have the gardening experience, because I felt like it's been a primary practice way of connecting to the universe in my life, and I want everyone to have that, as well as healthy food to eat. So here I'm trying to go to the next level and teach people what I get from listening to the plants. Anyway, so that's what I'm coming here for. You're on, Clay.
What did you
Just say your
Did you say
name and
something?
what you want from the day.
Oh, okay.
To now. All right.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, my name is Clay, and I, along with Natasha over there and a few other core team members, are involved with the Victory Gardens project that Charlotte was talking about, and I'm just here to learn anything I can and provide anything to the discussion that I can. So, yeah.
And it's okay if you came for a specific reason to say it now, as well as your name.
Total enlightenment. Is that asking too much?
No, let's do it!
I'm Brian. I'll take what I can get and be grateful.
I'm Krista. I saw just the title on the board looked great, Lessons from Nature,